Hey, Dennis. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Scorpion, hello. Yeah, I know, and I tried to fix it. I went in and actually did a a live stream that was not public, so that everything was set for today. And as soon as I hit the go button, it switched it. So if you check it now, it should be right. I was waiting. So I fixed it as soon as I got on. So. Hey, Double Ot, how you doing? Alien Jim's playing. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. This isn't one of his maps, but anyway, Scorpion, if you check it now, it should be correct. I corrected it as soon as I started. I had everything set up, ready to go. I had everything copied, so all I had to do is paste it and change the video, the thumbnail and such. Man, that's frustrating. I could fix it immediately if I stopped doing Twitch at the same time. It doesn't affect Twitch. It's only YouTube that changes it. So if I started just doing YouTube, I'd be perfectly fine. I don't know what to do. Nobody really watches me on Twitch anyway. Maybe I should just go right back to... But every time I do that, there's that one person that says, how come you're not on Twitch anymore? So I don't know. Hey, Alfie.
Thank you for flying DadsNet Air, and be sure to check out our website at www.pvmods.com.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious, I tell you right now. All right, we're going to do a little bit of farming today, obviously. I've got a harvest to do, but I need to show you what I've done. And I'll talk about it more because there's going to be other people coming in. But right now, let's see. Is this garage door open? Yeah, it is. All right, let me get my truck started. Maybe, well, hey, any landing you walk away from, as they say. Don't you agree? All right, so if you remember in the last live stream, I started this map, and I had it pretty messed up. There were no buildings except for ones that I plopped in, and I didn't know where they went. So I didn't have the right buildings in the right spot. All I had when I started was the house and the silos over there. So none of this was there, and a lot of the production stuff wasn't here on it. Oh, how's that work? Uh-oh, stop that. How's the tailgate work? There it goes. All right, shut the tailgate. I need to get rid of this. Hang on just a moment. Let me see what. Which one is it? Right there. Okay, we'll fix that. Anyway, so what I did. Well, first of all, what I shouldn't have done is I downloaded all the stuff to make this farm work, and I dropped it into an old folder that had Wild West in it. And it also had a little bit of No Man's Land in it. And I was in a hurry. I normally don't do that, but I did it. And there were mod conflicts. There were, who knows what was wrong with that, and so I didn't have this map working like it's supposed to work. So after the last live stream, I came in, I created a new folder that was just for this map. I dropped all the components that I needed for this map, and then I started bringing over those mods that you know I like to use. And I didn't put anything in this folder that I don't want to use at this time. Now, as I continue playing, I might notice that, you know what, where's that one tractor I like to use for that purpose, and then I'll have to bring it back in. But I barely started with just putting the things in that I normally like to use. And now the map is working perfectly for me. So everything came in, all of these buildings were here where they're supposed to be, and everything's working good. The production's working good. All of those, I didn't get any errors, because I was getting tons of errors with that last live stream. I was getting tons of errors, and it was my own fault. So let me show you what I did. All of the main farm here is like it's supposed to be when you buy the map, right? But there's this one area here that's just full of grass and trees. I did come in with my tree cutter, and I cut all the trees up to this building right here. And then I put in water, I put in cow food, I put in a cow pasture, I put in pigs and pig food, I put in sheep, and I put in chickens, and I got a mod here. This little house here is supposed to store the eggs that are created. I've never used it. I have no idea if it even works, but I thought I'd give it a shot and see what happens with that. But I don't have any animals yet anyway, so there's nothing I can do. The only other thing that I did that I didn't do in the last live stream was I bought this piece of property right here. So I now have this patch of grass here that I can use. This patch of grass is mine, and this area right here is mine, and I put a sell point on. And I'm thinking about putting other stuff on here, like the, perhaps the vegetable gardens and things that I normally use. That kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'm going to wait and see. I don't have any money to do anything right now because it's a brand new map. So we're going to do a harvest today is what we're going to do. I did put my silos in that I normally use here. And I put two of these silage machines in, and I went out and I cut a ton of grass. So I've got silage being made here and here, and I've got grass in storage for such time as I buy some sheep. So I got grass in here. Today we're just going to do we're going to do whatever needs to be done. Let's put it that way. Alrighty, what am I missing? Alfie calls me Rudolph. I was inviting you to play Xbox Party. When did you do that, Alfie? Because I think I played Xbox for about 15 minutes was all today. CJ, Tiny Cat Lover. How you doing? I wasn't sure if I read that correctly. John Tice is in the house. Hey, John, how you doing? Jared. Hello, Jared. What's happening, Jared? I haven't talked to you for a few weeks. Why don't I join Xbox Party? I mean, are you talking about you sent me an invite? I was only on for like 15 minutes. All I did was go in and do one daily so that I missed a daily. I've got other stuff I have to do. I had recording to do this morning for my YouTube channel. I had to get ready for this live stream. I had to work on this farm. I'm really busy, so you're going to have a hard time finding me as far as playing with me. The only reason I went on, and remember, I'm not just playing that Xbox account. I've got 5 other accounts that I had to do dailies on. So normally what I do is I log on and I just do 1 or 2 easy dailies, and then I'd log off. I don't really have time to play. And you could ask Scorpion. I don't have much time to do anything because I'm always working on my YouTube page. Jared says his schedule is crazy. Busy with school. So I think I asked you before, but I'm not sure. Are you physically back in school, or are you doing it from computer like some of the schools are doing? Now this is kind of cool. I love this barn. It's got doors on both sides, so you can drive the big equipment in here, the big long equipment in here. And so I've got all my big long equipment, well, not all of it. I got my seeder, my harvester, and the limerator. And they're dirty because I was using them. You're physically back. Oh, that's good to hear. I did, John. In between the time that I started and you got on, I was telling the story. I had screwed up, and I got what I thought was everything, and I dropped it into an old folder that had other stuff in it. It had Wild West in it, and it had No Man's Land in it, and I think that was my problem. And so after the last live stream, last Thursday, I jumped on and I re-downloaded everything for this map because I didn't want to take the chance of that I didn't get the right stuff. So I re-downloaded everything and I put it in a fresh, empty folder, and I started from there, and everything's working perfectly now. So we're all set to go. Cold and drizzly, huh? Our weather isn't too bad. It's cold, but it's not too bad today. So the crops that I've got out here are going to be different from Thursday's live stream because this is not the same farm that I had. This is a complete different download. So all that stuff that I did last Thursday is not here. These are different crops. If you remember, I had some lavender. I don't have the lavender anymore. So, matter of fact, I don't even think I kept the. I don't think I did. Hang on, maybe I did. I can't remember. Did I have some lavender over here? Maybe I did have some lavender. Yeah, I did. I did one harvest of lavender because I wanted to try out this new. Where's it at? The new combine. There it is. I wanted to try that new combine that came with this map because it does cotton, lavender, and what else did it do? What else did it do? Tobacco? Whatever that is right there, I think that's tobacco. So it does cotton, lavender, and tobacco. And I wanted to try that, so I did some lavender. Let's go get back on combine. Alrighty. High schoolers were quarantined. The high schoolers were? Why? They're not that old. You have to be like 65 or so to be in danger. Back to the Kloss. I can't remember which one I used in the last one, but this is this is my newest favorite harvester. I've got lots of them actually. This is the one I've been using quite often now, though. It's a little different. It's a little weird. This is not a header that comes with this. This header here is a iconic header. It's a generic header, but it lets you choose your own colors. So I tried to match the colors of Kloss, but let me see here. I'm pretty sure that I have Yeah, when I did do this, I did get to keep the GPS things that I had made. So I still have the GPS settings. That's good. Yeah, that's good. So we can use those, but I want to get, let me see, I think I've got a field of cotton. Let me check. All right, let's look at this. Yes, I do. I've got a bigger field of cotton here. So let me get him going, because I'm not going to do that manually. I'm going to just start the cotton harvester up and just let it go. Yeah, I do as well. Scorpion knows that. This is an iconic here. What I haven't done is, do you remember when I had those harvester headers that when you pushed a button they just expanded out like a telescope, and they were like 100 feet long? I haven't used those in a long time. I've been just using the normal ones that are like 45 feet, which I don't know how many meters that is. That one there is a 12 meter, I believe. That corn header. The only thing about this cotton harvester here is it's really squirrely. Look at it. It looks like a bowl of Jello when it's just like it's going to come off its wheels. And I don't know. It doesn't change the way it actually works on the field, but it just is kind of weird driving it. Know what I mean? Yeah, the kids here where I live, in this particular, and each district is different. Each district, they all have to follow the rules of the state, but they all do different things. We've got some schools that are open with kids in them. Earlier, the little town that I live in had actually opened for school, but they got a couple of cases of COVID, and it wasn't the kids. It wasn't even anybody at the school. It was not. It was some parents of some kids came down with COVID, and they're perfectly fine. They went through it, because they're young people. But the school got paranoid and shut it down. And so the kids are back doing their computer stuff. And I kind of pay a little bit of attention to, what my 12-year-old is doing and stuff. And they're not doing anything. These kids are going to be so dumb when they get out of school. And I know that each district is different. I've talked to some people that they say that, their kids are on the computer almost all day doing schoolwork. My kids, they do about an hour of nothing and they're done for the day. It's just crazy. So I'm just going to hire a worker here and let this guy go to work. Now, this is not the one that I normally use. If you notice, the mod I normally use is much faster than this. But I'm just going to let it go. And the only difference is this one's a little bit wider, I think, than the one I normally use. Maybe not. I might be mistaken, but I know the one I use is much faster. But it's okay, because I'm not going to run it manually anyway. Because, this right here, this would get very boring after a while. Don't you agree? Yeah, I've talked to some others that have too. I've got another one of the kids here that's on computer school, because they can They can do it anywhere. And I've got better Wi-Fi than they have. So they come in and they work here during the day. I've got that apartment upstairs. So I've been letting them use it. So they come up there and they can hook into my Wi-Fi, which is much, much faster. I pay for professional in our area Wi-Fi service. I pay for commercial Wi-Fi service here. So I've got better Wi-Fi. So they're here doing their schoolwork. And that guy, he's in junior high, and his curriculum, he's pretty much working on that computer all day long, getting his schoolwork done. So they must have a better curriculum than they do in our area. And he's not from here. He came to stay with us for a couple of months because he's not going to school physically. And he's from the not Portland, but closer to Portland. He's from the bigger city, so. All right, let's use some cruise control here, or GPS, I should say. Oh, I can't remember, Scorpion. I probably didn't, because like I said, I only put a bare minimum of mods in to get this thing to work. I don't know what was interfering with it was the problem, so I didn't want to add to the problem. I wanted all the production to work like it's supposed to, and we'll see how long it takes me to get to some of it. Yeah, I would imagine so. Chris is Addie's age, and I know Addie has more stuff to do than Jagan does. Tractor Jurgen, how are you? Is it Jurgen or Jorgen? Hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy your time here. What are we doing here? A little bit of canola. So basically, I wanted to get just a little bit of a good start going here. So I tried to kind of take off where I left off on the last live stream. Although, like I said, this is a completely different. It's the same map, but it's a new game. It is? Okay. Jargon. I always like to try to get people's names correct, even if it's a made-up name. And by that, I mean, when I'm on YouTube, I'm the Rude Man 53. Obviously, that's not my real name. But it is based on my real name. My real name is Rudy. So I go by the Rude Man because I used to work at a radio station, and they would call me the Rude Man. So a little bit of a play on my name. I suppose it would be in Russia because, Yuri. Hard to say. Jared, your channel name? Yeah, I messed Jared's name up terribly when he first started showing up. I didn't put the Jer and the red together. Or the J. The J-A and the red. I didn't put it together. Southern ladies here. Hello, Southern. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. You know, it's that time of year I can't get used to the temperature. It seems like it's either too cold or too hot, one of the two. It's not cold enough outside to really, put a hot fire on in the fireplace. But it's not warm enough to go without socks and slippers and a sweater. So I keep kicking my slippers off. I don't really wear slippers. I shouldn't say they're slippers. It's more of what they would call a house shoe. It's got a regular sole like any other shoe would have, but it's got a soft leather top, kind of like a moccasin on top. And so it's a house shoe because I'm in and out of the house all the time, and we have wet weather here, so I want to have a shoe I can wear around the house that's comfortable and soft, but I also got to have a sole on it so that I can go outside and not have to worry about ruining my shoes. Hey, Ben, how are you? Hey, I missed you too, buddy. What's new in your world? Anything? You're cool? That's good to hear. Yeah, Southern, I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah, so it's starting to get chilly. We're starting to look like it may be coming into November here. But it's not too bad. It's kind of sunny out today, but it's not warm. Wow. Well, thank God it's free, huh? €1,700. Yeah. Well, I'm still isolated. I've been isolated for 7 months, but it's easier for me. I'd be isolated anyway. I'm kind of a hermit. It is, Ben. It is. I think it behooves everybody to hear all the statistics, though, because you may be talking about 3,000 cases, but what are the consequences for those cases? Do they fully recover? Are there deaths from it? And here, they don't tell you. They put on the news every night. Well, one news channel has the numbers changing constantly. They've got an actual clock on the screen, 24/7, and they'll follow the cases, but they never tell you what the results of the cases are. Is there anybody really dying from it? And I'm not here to tell you there aren't. I'm just saying that we should have something to compare it to. Yeah, Tractor. Or Jorgen, I should say. I'm on PC. I do have the game for Xbox, but I don't play it. One of my kids does. Plays it on the Xbox, but I play on the PC. I'm one of those PC elites, although I'm not. I don't go around telling everybody else that PC's better than consoles. I don't do that because I've got all the consoles as well. They each have their place. But, I was a computer programmer. I built computers since they were able to be built. I never buy computers. I always build my own. So I'm a PC guy. I like PC games. All right, Jared. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Good to good to hear from you again. Oh, Jorgen, yes. Well, if I don't know if you've watched the whole series that I made on that. The only reason I stopped playing it was because I was playing it during the very start of the game, where they were still making it, and I had played to the point where there was nothing else I could do, and so I stopped playing, and I haven't got back to it. I'm sure it's changed since then. So yeah, I should start playing it again. As a matter of fact, what I probably should do is start playing it again and start a new game. So, Florida. Talking about Florida, I've been to Florida. I had the opportunity when I worked for the Department of Labor for the federal government. We had a convention there, and I took an extra week of vacation and took the wife and kids with me. Excuse me. And we went to Disney World. I like Florida. It was fine. I mean, we didn't see much of it really. We did go out and drive. I don't like the toll roads. They had a lot of toll roads. They're highways. And I wasn't used to it, but it's hot, and we were there in the off season. We were there in October, and it was still the humidity and the heat. We weren't used to it. Hey, Gert, long time no hear. How are you? You use your PS4 to charge your phone? Well, there's no reason why you couldn't. My phone, I have one of those. I bought I've got Wi-Fi charging, so I bought one of those things that all I have to do is set it on top of it, and it's got its own battery pack, so it's always fully charged. And I throw my phone on that when I come in my office here, and then if I'm traveling, I do the same thing. I just set it in a cubby hole and put my phone on it, and it charges. Double Ott's been playing No Man's Land? Oh, heck no. It's not. So, Ben, have you ever went back to Elite Dangerous? I haven't logged on for quite some time. All right. Thanks, Jorgen. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. We'll if you think of something you want to say, just jump right in. All right, I got to get 48 here and run out to the field. And yeah, Jorgen, we do that all the time. If I'm watching YouTube, I'm always playing Farm Sim or something. All of us do. Scorpion does it. Let's go check on Cotton Guy and see how he's doing. Hey, he's already pooped out a cotton bale. Is that the only one? Oh yeah, this thing's got a jump seat in it. Yeah, this thing's slow, isn't it? It's slow. Compared to my other one. I mean, you know, my other one isn't speedy fast, but it's faster than this one. All right. Let's get over here and see how that... He's ready to go. Put that away. Get him lined up on the next field. What do we got over here? We're going to have to switch headers, so I can do that. But I tell you what, let's finish this other one first, and then we'll switch headers. All right, what field is this? 48. I don't think I've got a course set up for 48. All right, I'm sorry. I mean a GPS setup. Kloss 45 foot. Oh, that's got to change. No, it doesn't. What am I thinking? I was thinking of course play. Never mind. Let's go this way instead of the short way. All right, first of all, we got to switch it 90 degrees and then reset the center. And we're doing soybeans, so again, there is no windrow to do. Ben says, tried to pay a subscription to use. Slovenia is listed, but not Slovakia. Trying to get to China. Well, good luck, sir. Good luck. Yeah, I had some friends that were teaching in China, but they're home. They've been home for a few years now, and I talked to them recently, and they said they're glad that they are not there now. But they were both high school teachers, and they were moving their way into the district end of it, not the teaching end. But they were both teachers for years and years, and they kind of semi-retired early and wanted to teach in another country, and they chose China. So they'd been teaching in China for a number of years now. Uh-oh, what did I just do? There we go. Get it lined up again. Well, supposedly, here in the U.S., we're supposed to be having some kind of vaccine come out soon. They put it on a rapid response, so they were able to push it through a lot faster than it normally takes to put out a medicine. Well, I see what you're saying there, Ben. My question is that the people say it doesn't exist. Do you mean they think it never existed? Or it's just not a problem now? Okay, not a problem now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. You know, without sounding like I'm a conspiracist, I have no information on it. I couldn't say. It doesn't surprise me. Let me just say that. Jonathan, how are you? Brandon Gaming's in the house. Hey, Brandon, what's new? All right, let me get the GPS working here. Vaccine with a chip in it. Well, you don't have to take it, Scorpion. Unfortunately, I might have to take it. I'm doing fine. Well, you're a little bit younger, but you do have the heart thing now, so there you go. I've got everything. I hit all the check marks. A microchip needle. Well, I tell you what. If it's a long-term thing, I probably won't have to worry about it, right? So I'm not afraid of it. I'll tell you what, you know, people ask me what I think about stuff like that. I don't worry about it. I have faith in my Creator. I know where I stand with Him, and I've lived a good life already. You know, I'm not saying I'm anxious to leave this old earth. I'm not, but I'm prepared to. Everybody does. And I don't sit and worry about that all day. You know, if you worried about stuff like that all day, you wouldn't get up and leave the house. You know, there's so many ways that you could be in trouble. You step out to get your mail and somebody's texting on their phone and takes you and the mailbox out. You never know. And if you sat and worried about it all day long, what a life would that wouldn't be life. That'd be a terrible life. So I don't worry about stuff like that. McDonald's fries. Yeah, inject me with some Mac fries. I'd go for that one. I like Mac. I'm not real big on fast food, but I like McDonald's fries. I always have. Alrighty, soybeans are done. Done and dusted. I'll do a little cleanup only for the OCD people. Savage, hello, how are you? You have psoriasis and, oh boy, it's starting to affect your heart, 40 years old. I'm looking at a pacemaker. Yeah, that's basically, for your own peace of mind, Savage. That's the way to be. It really is. Because you can't do anything about it. It's, the only thing you can do is live your life how you want to live it. Enjoy every minute of it. And, that's about all you can do. Try to make a difference. Now, there's not a lot of things I can do to make a difference other than treat people like they ought to be treated. So I do. I've said this before. I have no talent. I couldn't be an actor. I don't sing. I can't play an instrument. I'm never going to run for office. Nobody's going to remember me in the history books when I'm gone. So the best thing that I can do is live my life the best way I can, and hope that when I'm gone, somebody will say, when they walk past my grave, there lies a good man. He was a good man in life. That's the best I can do as far as a legacy. And, I try. I make mistakes like everybody else. I have moments where I lapse and don't treat people right. I don't realize when I'm doing stuff like that, but, it happens. But I try to do my best. It doesn't look like much canola for that field, does it? I thought I hit the end of this field. Huh, that's odd. I thought I did. I wonder if I didn't have the thing running at the time. Ah, that'd be just like me, wouldn't it? Yeah, I went over this with my kids. I had not a very nice childhood. I had a stepmother. My mom died when I was 6. And my stepmother was the epitome of the evil stepmother. And she beat us like nobody's business for the littlest, slightest thing. I've told the story that when I was young, uh, I was supposed to take the garbage out before I went to school. I went to school when I got home, and I was only maybe 11, 12 years old. When I got home, she grabbed me, took me out to an old shed with a dirt floor. It had some sawdust on the floor, this dirt. We kept our canned fruit in there. She took the light bulb out and padlocked me in overnight as punishment. I didn't get dinner. And that was minor to what she did. And later in life, when I was an adult and I'd go visit my dad, and my kids heard the stories, not just from me, but from my siblings of some of the stuff that she did. And they would say to me, how do you even stand to come and visit her? I mean, don't you just hate her for what she did? And I said, no. I said, the reason is she's still my dad's wife. My dad loves her, and I want to see my dad. And I said, I can't change who she is or what she does. That's going to be her burden to bear when she meets her maker. So I'm not going to be like that. So, I'll go, I'll talk to her, I'll do what I need to do as a human being while I'm there visiting. And I know when I leave, she's going to be talking about me because that's how she is. But I can't change that. It's not my problem. It's hers. So I just felt like if I was vindictive and nasty and mean, then I'm acting just like she does. I don't want to be that person. And I don't want my kids to be that person either. They didn't agree with me at the time. As they got older, they understood. And that's all that counts. Learn the lessons of youth. Well, that's something I've always said too, Ben. Hey, Trenton's in the house. Hey, Trenton, how you doing? I've had people, ask me about that. If there's anything that I would do to change in my life, change some things that were and I can't think of anything. And they said, you wouldn't change the fact that you had a bad childhood? And I said, not really. How do I know that anything I changed wouldn't be worse? And on top of that, everything that happens in your life makes you who you are, for good or bad. And the only difference is what you make of it. So I really, there's a few things I wish that I would do different in my life, but they weren't major things. I quit my job and started a new business, and one of my friends, my very, very good friends, I was to be his best man at his wedding. And at the last minute, I moved away and I started a business. At the last minute, I told him, sorry, I'm too busy. I can't come to your wedding. That was a major regret that I had, that I actually did something that bad. So was that a big consequence in the world? No, it wasn't. But it was something I regretted. Outside of a couple of things like that I did in my life, I don't know if I'd change anything. You finally finished the harvest, huh? And snow. So you're out playing in the snow, making snow angels and stuff, huh? And snowmen. Let's see. I think I'm going to have to close this down to get in here. Look at those birds crawling down the walls. What's that? That's kind of creepy. Been taking the ATV out? I never had an ATV. We had, I was a dirt biker. I did have a road bike, but mostly I rode the dirt bikes. And then in the winter when we couldn't ride the dirt bikes, I had snowmobile. But I never had an ATV. And I never had a Skidoo. It wasn't much for the water. But in the dirt and the snow, I had tons of fun. All right, where am I at? Wrong field. Hey, Tim. Day's going pretty good. Glad to have you stop in here. Miss Nelson, hello. How have you been? Hope you've been well. Now, I think that I've got a course set up for the corn. Let's see. Turn the GPS up. Corn 12 foot. We got it. It's in the bag. It is in the bag. Got to adjust the center though. Why'd I turn it on? 5 minutes away from a lake. All right, hey, we're off like a herd of turtles. Man, I got to get something on my throat here. Okay, guys. Yesterday I had a Dr. Pepper. Today, it's dew all the way. We're going to do a dew. Soup du jour. Good old Mountain Dew. Got to put my controller down or I'm going to make a mess here. Oh. Manna from heaven. That's cold. And refreshing. And it feels good on the throat. It looks like I didn't have anything with windrow on it in this harvest. Which reminds me, let me stop this guy for a second. And let's run over and see what I need to do. Let me get out of here. Woohoo! I keep hitting the wall. What do I need to do on this field over here? Does it need plowing or lime? No, it looks like it's dandy. Alright, cool. I can just reseed. And this one needs lime. Let me get the limerator out. I'll get that started. But first, let's see. Let's open up these. Go on the other end. Open everybody up. Let's get on this guy. Speaking of beer, where's Andy? Yeah, Andy will be here. You might not remember from yesterday, but right towards the end, when I was talking about what I was going to do today and the times and stuff, because we had some new people in yesterday, he said that he was going to be late. If you remember yesterday when you teased him about where's Andy, is he brewing? And he said, no, I'm not brewing today, I'm brewing tomorrow. And then later in the stream, right at the end of the stream, he said, Rude Man, I'll be late tomorrow. And I said, okay, no problem. Cool. Yeah, I've done that forever. That soup du jour thing, I started a long time ago, and I used to have people to ask me if Mountain Dew was a sponsor, and I just laughed. I said, "What? My little podunk channel? No, I don't have any sponsors. I'm lucky to have viewers. Tell you what." All right, so let's see. Let's do something that's got some windrow. What am I doing? Let's do just some wheat, maybe. We'll do a little wheat. There we go. There he is. I told you. Oh, I don't, Ben. I don't. I already know that about a year and a half ago, a year or so, YouTube shadow banned me. They've been shadow banning me for about a year now. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I just do this for fun anyway. It's just a hobby. I'm going to be playing games all day. I might as well share them with you guys. That's what I do. But, yeah, about a year or so ago, you could see on the analytics of my channel, I would put a video up and I would get 200-300 views in the first couple days that it was up. And then overnight, literally overnight, I'd put a video up and get 15-20 views. So it was so obvious. It was unbelievable. You can ask Scorpion. I talked to Scorpion a little bit after that and said something about, I think my channel's dying. And he said, why? And well, look at the views. I don't get any views anymore. The not so important ones. No, everybody's important, Savage. Everybody's important in their own way. YouTube's pretty tough. It's getting tougher. It's getting tougher. They came out just last week and told us creators that it is going to be getting tougher. They're going to be getting rid of a lot more of us. Yep, it's going to be getting tougher. Yeah, I got algorithmed. But it's okay. Life goes on. I'm just I'm one of those kind of people. I don't think that that anything's going to last forever. I know there's going to be a day YouTube's going to be nothing. Let's get 48 into the shop and dump this soybeans here. Tucson, how you doing? You still get messages from Twitch? Yeah, I don't know. I've never had any trouble with Twitch, really. But I don't do a lot of stuff on Twitch. The problem was I kept trying to, but the thing is, I've got almost 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I barely have a following on Twitch. So every time I went over to Twitch, it was like, well, nobody's watching me, so I may as well be live streaming on YouTube. So I kept going back and forth, and now I'm streaming on both at the same time. But yeah, and nobody remembers MySpace, do they? Yeah, it was funny on MySpace. You know, somebody asked me if I was on social media, and I said, "Oh, you mean like MySpace, my butt, whatever it is?" And then it was gone. I don't know. I was told when I first started YouTube that I did all the things you shouldn't do if you want to grow, and I didn't really care because I wasn't doing it for money or anything, just for fun, and so I didn't worry too much about it. I need to get my Limerator out, don't I? How's he doing? Did he stop? No, he's going. All right. Okie dokie. I see I did something wrong. If you notice, my workers, helper E, helper G, I forgot when I put in the helper program that I modded that has my patrons' names on it. I forgot to turn it on in the menu, so I'd have to stop the stream to fix it. I'm not going to do that, but I'll write myself a note to fix that when I'm done here. When you add new mods, when you start the game up, you have to go in and check it so before it starts, and I always forget to do that. Well, thanks, John. I appreciate it. Say, John, I know John's been with me for quite a while as well. Scorpion, Dar, if you remember Dar, she's been with me from the start. Surge, you'll see Surge in here every once in a while. Surge and Scorpion started about the same time watching me when I first started. So I was talking to Scorpion the other day, and I told him that, I had some of my old videos, and we were laughing about some of my old videos. And he made a suggestion that kind of hit home with me. Like, for example, when I first started, I had the cheapest microphone. I had one of those headset microphones. It was terrible. And my voice, I couldn't talk. It was terrible. I'd never done anything like this before. And they're actually pretty funny if you watch them now. So Scorpion said, you know what you should do is... you should do like a nostalgia show. And I'm thinking about doing it. I've kept every video I've ever made. I keep all the videos that I've made on external hard drive. Actually, I've filled about 3 or 4 of them because I've got over 3,000 videos up there. So what I was thinking about doing was going back to, say, Farm Sim 13, some of my very first videos, and doing a nostalgia show where I play the old video and I have my own response to it as I'm playing it. So in other words, you'd be watching one of my old videos and I'll be sitting here talking about it. Oh my God, I suck. Stuff like that. That might be kind of fun. What's everybody else think if I did something like that? Like do maybe a Sunday night or a Wednesday night nostalgia, something like that. Oh, some of those old videos are hilarious. Hilariously bad. I didn't know how to make an intro video. Some of the intros were kind of corny. Flashback Wednesday. There you go, Tucson. Or Flashback Friday, maybe. I could do it Friday night. Flashback Fridays. Scorpion chooses Idaho. I spent most time, I think, it would be a toss-up between Idaho and Graceland, I think. Spudtown. Spudtown, Idaho. That reminds me, does anybody know, is there anybody here that doesn't know what an Idaho Spud is? I'm giving you a second because there's delay. I'll give you a hint. If you're into candy bars, so there's a candy bar called an Idaho Spud. All right. See you, Trenton. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. You know I do. There's a candy bar called an Idaho Spud, and my sister used to like those. And she sent my little brother to the store one day. And I can't remember. I have no idea what a candy bar costs. Back then it was a lot cheaper. And I have no idea what the price was, so I'm just going to make a price up. So she sends my brother to the store for this candy bar called an Idaho Spud. So there was a little ma and pa store about 3 blocks away from where we lived. And he came back, he walks in the house, he pulls the sack up open from the grocery store because she says, where's my Idaho Spud? And he says, well, this is all I could get for a dime. And she opens up this bag, and it's an old shriveled up potato. I guess he didn't know it was a candy bar. Now, Farm Sim 17, my biggie might probably be, well, it'd be a toss-up, I think. It'd be like Maverick, maybe, or Joran's map. You know, the one that we did, that charity map that we did of that young man that passed away. Crossword puzzle yesterday. You learned something new? Sudhammer was a good one. I think I did that in both 17 and 15. No, 17 and 19. I did Sudhammer. And I think I did the same thing with Don Diego. Diego. What the hell was that? It wasn't Don Diego, was it? Was it Don Diego? I know I played that in 17 and 19. Sudhammer was fun. Saxony I played a lot. And I played that in... You know, I played a lot of stuff 17 to 19. Because we didn't get a lot of new maps in 19. We just kept getting rehashed maps from 17. Everybody was porting over the 17 maps, and they weren't as good. And I got a little... I can't say I got upset, but I had decided when somebody said, how come you're not playing Sudan? How come you're not playing Saxony? I said, well, to be honest with you, they were much, much better in Farm Sim 17. So if I was going to play Sudhammer, I'd go back to 17 and play it. It was a better map. It was a better mod. I didn't want to play it in 19. Give me a new map. Give me something new that hasn't been done. Ben doesn't have 19. Well, as I said, I truly think that 17 was a better game. And then I get the argument, of course. You've heard me say this. I ramble on about this all the time. I get the argument, well, 19's better because it's got better graphics. It's got better physics in it. All that kind of stuff. Well, those things are true But that doesn't make it a better game. So I still think that even though the graphics might be better and the physics might be better, 17, in my opinion, was still a better game. And I think the main reason why I would say that would be the mods. We had some fantastic mods in 17, and everything worked pretty good, actually. Courseplay was better. The GPS mod was better because, like, look here, you see me playing with the GPS mod here. It goes okay at where I'm at, but when I get to the end of the field, I have to stop. I have to take over the steering, line it back up, push the button again to turn it back on, and then let it take over. In 17, you could set it to turn on the end of the field. So you didn't have to, literally, you had to do nothing but hold the accelerator down and then wait for the field to be done. If you were gonna use the GPS and do the harvest manually like I'm doing here, and not use like Courseplay, or not use the in-game hiring a worker to do your work. For some reason, they evidently can't do that. And you all know Courseplay worked much better in 17. I was doing some fantastic things with Courseplay. I mean, I should go back and show you some of the videos of some of the things that I was doing with Courseplay back in the day when it first came out. I had courses set up that would take a front-end loader. The front-end loader would start in the starting position in a BGA. It would go down the end of the BGA. It would turn. It would go into a silo bunker, a silage bunker. It would grab a load. It would back its way out. It would drive back around and dump it into the sell point, and then do it all over again automatically. I didn't have to do a darn thing. Yeah, that's true, Scorpion. What Scorpion's talking about is, for those of us that had high-end PCs, I had actually gotten a response from Giant, which shocked the hell out of me, because I was complaining about the fact that my computer wouldn't play Farm Sim very good. Excuse me. And I actually sent an email in. I said, "What? I've tried everything, and I can't get my computer to play the game in, at the quality I think it should be playing." And they sent an email back and said that it wasn't optimized for high-end computers. And so people that had high-end computers, it didn't work as good. Now, that's what Scorpion's talking about. Now, I can understand why they did it, because not everybody has the money to have a high-end computer. And so they optimized it for a medium-level computer so that it would work okay on a low-end computer, and it would work okay on a high-end computer, but it would work very good on a medium-level computer. Because statistically, most people are playing on a medium and computer. And that's understandable. It's the same thing with some of these games that are out now, where they want the biggest bang for their buck. So they want their game to be cross-platform. And again, that's understandable. They're in the business of making money making games. They want everybody they can play in the game. So what they'll do is they'll make a game and they'll optimize it for the console, and that upsets PC players. And again, you can understand the reason they're doing it, so that they can sell games on PS4, Xbox, and PC. And you'll know that I can show you some things in FS19 that will show you that even FS19 was made more for a console than it is for a PC. They didn't put sliders in, for one thing, because you can't use a slider on a console. But it's okay. You know, I still enjoy playing it. All right, there's 48. Let's get 48 going. Let me turn this thing off. Get it put together here. Turn that off. Hey, John, how you doing? We got a lot of Johns in here today. Well, and that's another reason why I play PC games. A lot of the games that I've played would be nothing. Well, I shouldn't say nothing, but there's more and more examples of how mods have made a game much better than it is originally. The obvious one is Skyrim. My God. Do you know how much money Bethesda made on Skyrim just because they let mods on their game? Skyrim is one of those games that you would play and have a heck of a good time on, and a year later you wouldn't be playing it anymore. But they let modders come in, and modders, they're still modding Skyrim. And they sold so many more copies of Skyrim than they ever would have sold if they hadn't have let them do mods on it. Now, I still play Skyrim. You know, I don't play as much as I used to, but there's mods that make Skyrim, you know, a complete different game, a brand new game. It's getting dark on me, isn't it? One John left and one came in. Is that all the brighter headlight gets? Oh no, it does get brighter. Looks like tomorrow's weather in game is a little bit cloudy. Cloudy with a chance of tacos. John's hauling hay. See, farming is so great. If you get tired of hauling hay, now it's funny because if you talk to a lot of, you know, we had hay when I was young on our farm, on our little ranch. We grew hay, alfalfa and hay, and they call it making hay. That's what we used to call it. You know, it's hay seed. We were gonna be making hay today, and we'd go out and cut and bale the hay, right? So that's what they called it. But think about it. You get tired of making hay, and it's dark. You go home and make bacon. I cracked myself up. Farming's so great. Uh-oh. I missed a whole end here. What's going on? So is Andy lurking again? Today's Taco Tuesday. Oh, double aught. I love Taco Tuesdays. We used to have Taco Tuesdays all the time, and what we would do is, you guys, you've heard me say I build computers. I've got computers all over the place, and so my son would invite his friends over for Taco Tuesdays, and I would set up LAN parties, and I would have computers set up all over the house, and we'd play World of Warcraft or whatever game we were playing at the time, and have tacos and just have a good time. It's some of the videos I've got. We would do. My son had that Rock Band, I think it's called, or is it Guitar Hero or whatever it is. It was he had two guitars, a set of drums, a microphone. What else came with it? I think that was it. Two guitars, a set of drums, and a microphone. Or was there a keyboard with that? I can't remember. But all I do remember is watching these kids with this band set up in the living room, just having a ball. With an 80-inch flat screen TV and playing this game. What a lot of fun they had. But we always had a Taco Tuesday. And sometimes it wasn't tacos. Sometimes it was pizza. But we still called it Taco Tuesdays. Rock Band, that was it. Scorpion, thanks. All right, so that field is done. Let's go see how the cotton field's doing. Way down south in the land of cotton. Well, he's about not quite halfway done. This guy is really slow. I'm going to let him work overnight, though. Taco pizza would be good. There's a place in town here that makes a very good taco pizza. We don't usually have it that often because generally it's just either Carol likes Hawaiian pizzas, which are the Canadian bacon and pineapple. And I don't mind that pizza. I'll eat it with her. But it's not my favorite. I like the meat pizzas with all the meats and mushrooms and olives and onions and all that stuff on. But occasionally we'll have the taco pizza just for a change. Really good. Let's hit the hacienda. It's getting dark. Go crashing through the sliding doors here. Ow. God, knocked me clear outside. Let me up the stairs. I don't know if there's a master bedroom or not. I just usually use this one if I can get in it. Pizza Patron that does a chorizo pizza that is good and spicy. Yeah, I tend to like spicy food. I don't have a very keen sense of smell. People laugh. I've told people that before, and they laugh. What are you talking about? I said, I really don't. I'll be walking around, and Carol will say, "Oh, these flowers smell so good out in the garden." I said, "I can't smell anything." She says, "You can't smell the flowers?" I said, "No." And then I'll go up to them really close, and I can smell it now. So I don't have a real keen sense of smell, and consequently, I don't taste things as well either. So I tend to like a little bit spicy, more spices on my food. and food with a little more flavor. It's the same thing with drinks. If I was to be a beer drinker, I would go towards the maltier, thicker things that have a stronger flavor. It's the same thing with tea. I can't drink a weak tea. I gotta have a strong tea. And people laugh and they say, I would never heard of such a thing. And I said, okay, have you ever had a head cold? And they'll look at me, well, of course I have. I said, when you have a head cold and your head is full of, well, I'm gonna be stuff. I said, and you can't breathe, right? Yes. When your head is stuffed up, how's the food taste? And they say, oh, it's kind of bland. And I said, yeah. So if I have a sense of smell that is not as acute as yours, my food's going to taste different. Wouldn't you think? And of course they agree. And so there you are. So I tend to like a little bit spicier food. This is the one that needed lime. Dang it, I went to get my limerator and I didn't do it, did I? Now, see, I make my own chili, and I don't make real hot, spicy chili, but I do like it with some spices in it. So I've made it for years, and my wife always tells me I put too much chili powder in it. I use a dark chili powder, and she's always telling me I use too much. And so she doesn't like it that way. And I said, okay. Well, this last week, I told her, I said, well, gosh, we haven't had chili in a while. And she says, well, you want to make some chili? And I said, well, I would, but I can't. I don't have time today. I was doing something here in the studio. And she says, well, I'll make it. I'll get your recipe. So I gave her my recipe. And when it was all done, she didn't like it. And she came and she asked me, she said, what did you think of the chili? And I said, well, it didn't taste like mine. And she says, no, I didn't like it at all. And I asked her, I said, well, how much chili powder did you use? And she told me, and I said, well, you used about half of what I use. And then I said, how much salt did you use? And she told me, and I said, again, you used about half the salt I used. And so she went back, and it was, we just took a bowl out of it. She added some chili powder and salt, and with the next bowl the next day, it was back to normal. And she just looked at me, well, I guess all these years that I've been telling you that you use too much chili powder, I guess I was the one that was wrong. Oh my God, it's a red letter day. Write that down in your journal. I was right and she was wrong. Imagine that. Okay, let me see here. Get this guy lined up. Gotta open up the back. Turn on the limerator. Kick the GPS on. And we're off. Jeremy, how you doing? Andy's back. Andy had to go out, but he's back now. Andy went to Bermuda, but he's back now. How's Jeremy doing? Hope you're okay. Man, this is a big booger. This was actually a manure spreader, and it was modded to do lime. Wasn't modded by me. I just use it. Uh-oh. Got to turn GPS on. Jeremy's doing good. Great. Glad to hear that. So Andy's back. Andy, are you still there? Oh, there he is. Wifey made chili the other day, and my eyes were watering. Had to put the toilet rolls in the fridge. What? Put the toilet rolls in the fridge. So Andy, if you notice, this is not the same game that I was playing the other day. I had so many mod conflicts. I made the mistake when I played the other day of putting all the mods for this map in a folder that already had 2 or 3 different maps in it, like Wild West, and a couple other maps in it. And I had really a lot of mod conflicts. So after the live stream, I was telling everybody earlier, I came in and made a brand new folder just for this map. I re-downloaded all the components of the map, put them all in fresh, and then just transferred a few of my mods over, and it's working perfectly now. So I have all the buildings where they're supposed to be, all the production is working. I did clear that spot off right there to put my animals in, because I wanted animals on my own farm. So, but it's working much better now. All the production is proper and stuff. So if I go into the, let me show you. Hang on. If you remember, I went into the dealer, and nothing was there. Now everything's here now. So I've got the boats in here. The mining equipment is all in here. It wasn't there before. It wasn't working properly. I got the trailers and stuff are all here. All of this stuff. See, all this stuff is here. None of this was here before. I don't know what I'd done, but it wasn't working. So everything's working now. I've got all the construction factories, the farm silos, the beverage stuff, food factories. All that stuff is in here now. So it's working really good now. So there you go. Yeah, Andy, you got to get some ice cream to go with it. You be sitting on the toilet screaming, "Come on, ice cream! My butt's on fire." Uh-oh. Did I just limerate that? Or is that cement? A cement over there looks like the lime stuff. Whoa! I'm liming everything. Oh, it doesn't work if it's not on a field, huh? That's good to know. Cola di fungo, fire as. You know what you should drink with that, your wife's chili, Andy, is get yourself some of that Fireball that I drink. Your buildings are all white. Generally, if your buildings are all white, it's a texture problem. You must be missing some textures. Sometimes these things are purple without the textures, but that's generally a problem with textures. Alrighty, well, let's see. Let me back us out here. This monster. This is a monster. Okay, so that one's ready to go. I don't know what I should put on it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe some coffee or something. Let's check this other field up here and see what it needs. Andy, Andy, Andy. Alrighty, what do we need on this one? This one is... Oh, this one needs lime as well. Oh, God. Maybe that's the one that needed lime and this one didn't. No, it says it does. It says it does. It did. Alright, hang on. It says it dud. Did it? Yes, it dud. Alright, let's see if we do that, what it looks like. Close but no cigar. Let's get over a little bit. That should do it. A little bit over on the edge there, but that's fine. We'll do it. Turn that on. Turn that on. Okay, unload it first. There we go. Here we go. Cola de Fuego. I read it wrong last time. I thought it said fungo. Fuego! Okay, what should I plant? I planted wheat on one field. I don't know. I gotta check and see if I've got any sugar beets. I'm not sure if I do. I don't know if I don't know. I think I do. I think I did sugar beets because I do have that Homer. Is it Homer? What's the brand name on those big things? Is it a Homer? That one over there. See that big red machine over there? Is that a Homer? Sometimes my mind just doesn't snap in. I blame it on Scorpion. Did Scorpion commute already? Or did I miss it? Or did he commute? Homer doesn't drink Duff. It is a Homer. Yeah, I bought the Homer, but I leased the header, and I think I did some potatoes. I think there were some potatoes on the first harvest that I did when I was setting up. I did a harvest on all the fields as I was setting up everything to try to catch up kind of what I did in the last live stream. Oh, I've got whatever those are. Cranberries? Shoot. I just got to figure out what header does cranberries. Oh, you did? You did already? Jorgen's back. Welcome back. So, Andy, were you here when I was talking about now I forgot what we were going to call it. Freaky Friday? No, it wasn't Freaky Friday. What the heck were we going to call it? I'm going to have to write it down. I'm going to have to go back up and look. Flashback. Thank you, Tuscany. Or Tucson? Tuscany. Yeah. Tucson's a long way from Tuscany. Yeah. Flashback Friday. Andy, were you here when I was talking about Flashback Friday? Okay, so harvester. Where's my harvester? There it is. All right, so let's see. We need to get. I don't think it's a corn header. Not a corn header. Is it a header? Wheat header. Cranberries right there. So yeah, it's a regular header. So let's go put this one away. And I'm gonna have to. Unfortunately, this piece of equipment is too tall. I have to close it down to get in the door. Other than that, it fits just great. So Andy called his beard Duff Beard, did he? Are you Homer? Andy can change his name to Homer. Cranberries, they're kind of like they're kind of like rice. The fields we grow cranberries in this area. Just across the river, there's a bunch of cranberry. They have a cranberry festival every year, and they look like if you took out the fruit, they would look like a rice field or a paddy, as they call them, a paddy. But yes, they do. They grow like that in they flood the fields. Andy's Norm. When he comes in, everybody yells, "Andy!" Well, Andy, what I was talking about was going back to like Farm Sim 13 and playing one of my old videos in a live stream with me talking over it, like I'm doing right now. So we'd be watching a video, and I could just like say, "Oh my God, that was funny. That was just terrible." I don't know, just thinking about it. Call it Flashback Fridays. Oh yeah, we grow in the Yakima Valley. We grow a lot of hops and stuff, and the hops look like a grape a vineyard, only super huge. Instead of the poles and stuff, they're like light posts, you know, and the wires are like cables. Hops are growing like that. They're huge. Here we go, cranberries. What do they look like inside? Oh, they are bright. Well, yeah, they're red. Sweet. Uh-oh. Somebody didn't turn the GPS on. Wonder who that was. I blame it on Scorpion. I've never seen a tobacco field, but, well, you know what? I might have in history books. Yeah, that's a pretty good texture. Did a good job on that. Scorpion. Yeah, of course it's my fault. Everything's your fault. I'm gonna call you Microsoft. Not a word, Double Aught. I haven't heard anything. I've heard people speculate about it, but I've never heard anything that I would say would be, news. Has anybody else heard anything? Scorpion, you probably travel through Giant's webpage more than I do. Yeah, I did hear that. We were talking about that the other day. Scorpion and I were talking about that we heard that Giant was going to self-publish their games now. They left their publishing up to a third party, and now they're going to take over and do their own. It's really hard to say how much influence a publisher would have on a game developer. They're in it for the money, obviously, so they want a game to come out as fast as it can. So you got to wonder if a publisher might have put restrictions on the game. Well, we like what you're doing there, but that's going to take too long to do. We want the game to come out sooner. So just do this and this and this, and we'll publish it. You never know. You never know how much influence the publisher might have. And sometimes there's more than one publisher, too. I mean, look at the movies. At the end of a movie, when you look at the end credits, you'll see sometimes there's like 3 or 4 distributors. There's 2 or 3 publishers. You know, there could be, it could say it's a Lionsgate film, and then it'll say it's a Zack Snyder film, and then it's a MGM film. Well, it can't be all of them, can it? Well, yes, it can. Sometimes they get money from more than one location to do the film. Unfortunately, we're getting goats. Oh, apparently we're getting goats. Yeah. I'm thinking that I don't think we're going to get anything next year. It's going to be at least another year out. That's my guess. Yeah, beautiful red. We're going to have cranberries just in time for Thanksgiving. Oh my God. Did you guys, you probably don't. Scorpion, you've been watching the news. Do you see what California wants to do for Thanksgiving? Oh my God. They got Thanksgiving so regulated. The governor of California, you're supposed to wear a mask, and you're only supposed to lift the mask up so that you can shovel a load of food in and put the mask back down while you're chewing your food. You can only have 2 other people with you for Thanksgiving. Oh, it's just ridiculous. And it goes on and on and on. I don't know what's going to happen. Hey, Gamey, you're just in time. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to wait one more minute. I apologize now, though. Let me do that. Yeah, that was just the least of it, Andy. It's ridiculous. And, of course, here's the funny part. I'll bet you dimes to donuts, if you were at the governor's house for Thanksgiving, there'd be 100 people there. Just having a good old time, playing games, eating turkey. Gamey, yeah, unfortunately, I'm ending the stream right now, so. But I'll be back on Thursday, maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. I got to decide whether I want to do a live stream tomorrow. I plan on it, but we'll see. But, yep, I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank everybody for stopping by. I appreciate it. You know how much I care. And take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And everybody have a good evening. Ta-ta for now.